Hey everyone, so tonight I was going to show you how I make one of our family's favorite things. It's a chicken salad croissant, and so I've got croissants. These are from Costco. They're cheap, they're easy, but you can also put this on bread, you can put it on dinner rolls, you can put it on all sorts of stuff. So you don't have to have the croissants, it's really good. So some of the ingredients you need is an onion, and then, you're going to want some celery, and then carrots, and I like broccoli, and then I also have some zucchini relish that I made. You don't have to put this in there, but this recipe really, once you have, and then a can of chicken. So this is just, how many ounces? 12.5 ounces of chicken breast. And you can use chicken, you can use roast beef, you could use tuna fish, you could use whatever kind of canned meat, or you could do even just like eggs instead of a meat, or whatever you want to use. So I'm going to show you what I do to make it, and basically if you have your can of meat or your eggs, and then whatever vegetables you have on hand. I like the onions because they're anti-inflammatory. I also use garlic powder and salt and pepper. The garlic powder is anti-inflammatory, and so is the carrots. I've had some problems with inflammation, and so it's something I'm more conscientious about. Okay, so my celery is washed, and this is a raw salad, so you're going to want to make sure your vegetables are clean. So everything's been washed. I didn't wash the onion, but we're going to peel that. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time chopping. I have my chopper here, and I'm just going to throw everything in there. You can definitely chop it by hand. I've done that before, or I've done that for many years, but the chopper definitely makes it quite a bit faster. So we're going to chop up these. And you can just throw everything in. Like I said, just roughly chop. Okay, my carrots, I'm going to peel those so that I don't have the peel on the outside. And then these ones I do chop a little bit finer because they are a little denser. So when you put them in the food processor and chop them up, they don't chop up as well as, say, celery or onions do. All right, so these are a little bit smaller. I'm not gonna like slice them or anything, but still a little bit smaller pieces. And then the onion, like I said, I'm gonna chop and peel and chop that. I like to cut mine in half, and then I take that outer layer off. And then I'm going to chop that just roughly again, cut that end off. I leave the root end on if you're going to chop it by hand, but where this is going in the food processor, it doesn't really matter. And I like the whole onion. Onions are really, like I said a minute ago, anti-inflammatory, and carrots are. And peppers of different kinds. So you could actually put peppers in here. Peppers would be good. My family doesn't as much like raw peppers, so I don't put them in a lot of stuff raw. But and then broccoli. Broccoli is a great addition. The broccoli I buy in the bag, so I have to kind of clean it to make sure it's not got anything funky on the heads. And then the broccoli you might want to trim down just a little bit. Whoops, right there. just so that they break up a little bit, so they're not so huge in the beginning. Alright, a little bit more of that. And like I said, you can add anything else to this. Whoop. That you might like. Any other vegetable. That's kind of gross. Okay, so there are my vegetables. So now I'm going to take and just put the lid on and go chop these, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've opened my chicken and I have drained that. And like I said, anything, even if you have like leftover roast beef from a meal, you can do that. And then this is my veggies that I pulsed. So the coarseness depends on what your family likes. Mine likes it pretty well chopped, but it's not like mush either. So you're going to need a bowl. And just pour that, whoops, in the bowl. Get all that stuff out of there. And then put your chicken in. And then I forgot to say, you're going to need some sort of a salad dressing type base. And I like mayonnaise. My kids seem to like mayonnaise. I've actually put ranch dressing in it. They like that too. And if you're going to use something that's not like a creamy based dressing, you're going to want to have a little bit of mayonnaise. So if you were to use like a zesty Italian or something, you'd want to have mayonnaise mixed with it, a little bit of mayonnaise mixed with it anyway. All right. Break up all your chicken. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to put, like I said, a little bit of this relish, except for my relish had really big hard chunks in it. So I'm going to dig some of those out here while I'm at it. The really big edge pieces. I don't know why the zucchini I used that year had weird edges, but just a couple of scoops. You can put that in, like I said, or not, whichever. And then I'm going to take some mayonnaise, and it really doesn't take a lot of mayonnaise. And if you're going anti-inflammatory, the olive oil mayonnaise actually is better for you than regular mayonnaise. So that's something to think about. So I'm going to start with that much, maybe a quarter of a cup. And then some garlic. I would go like half a teaspoon of garlic. Whatever looks good. This is going to feed like our whole family. So 2 teenage boys and then 3 adults. So, or my daughter doesn't eat a lot, but some salt and some pepper. How much ever you like, and then just mix that together. And again, you're going to have to gauge your salad dressing or mayonnaise, but I wouldn't go adding way too much. Get it really thoroughly mixed in and see what you think before you add more mayonnaise to it, or more of your salad dressing, whatever you're going to put in there. It looks like I'm going to probably want just a touch more mayonnaise. And the reason I didn't put actual garlic in here is because raw garlic can have a really weird bitter bite. If you don't mind that, you can put raw garlic in here. Or if you have some garlic that you've soaked in olive oil or cooked in olive oil or whatever, that's good in it. All right, that looks good. Oh, okay, so I'm just going to taste that really quick. Tastes good. And then serve it. Obviously, whoops, if you're using a croissant when you need to cut it in half. If I can find a knife. Perfect. And then some of this in the middle, and then also a piece of cheese or something, a couple pieces of cheese on top. Is really good. And croissants are not necessarily anti-inflammatory, but there's enough other stuff in here that it kind of balances everything out, and it works well. Anyway, there is croissant chicken sandwiches, and that took about 10 minutes to make. It's a really nice, easy meal. It's got lots of fresh vegetables in it, and it's really good for you. So I hope you enjoyed that.